All right, folks, welcome back to the first game of day 2 here at NZ Nationals. It's me, Right Time Kenderdine, along with Alan Hale. Alan, what a match we have straight off the bat. Of course, hardly surprising it is a Briar mirror. It is a very strong deck to draft, and both these players, Kiki Labad and Tom Penny, going on with the Briar. It'll be interesting to see if they're on the same idea, or whether or not they have some slightly different strategies.
Well, it's going to be interesting. First of all, we have a classic matchup. Again, it's Auckland versus Wellington. Tom hailing from Auckland and Kiki hailing from Wellington, and most specifically Cerberus Games. Again, this is This is a top table draft. This is table 1 of a draft. With it cutting to 24 players, last night there were 3 draft pods, and this is draft pod number 1. So the players here want to cement their position, and
they want to get that win early so they don't have to live or die by their later games.
Well, the simple truth of this is, generally when players ask me what they should do, I just say win. Just win, and if you win all your games, you'll have no problem making top 8. But again, this is interesting because it'd be interesting to see how many players push Briar. I was talking to Kiki earlier, and they were going to be very, what's the word I'm looking for, flexible. There are a lot of people I talked to are certainly going to try and force an archetype. It would be interesting to know if Kiki stayed flexible, or did he in fact, or did Tom, was Tom just pushing for Briar here?
Yeah. And I do understand it is a double Briar matchup. So Kiki is on the top of your screen with the lovely blue Katsu cosplay sushi night mat, whereas Tom is on the Te Reo mat on the bottom of the screen. So Kiki leading out, getting first blood in this match.
Kiki also does have one huge advantage. You'll notice there that they have deep blue, it's not short charmers, it's crackerjacks, and the suede boots. I might be getting the equipment wrong there.
No, I think that's probably Mark of the Lightning.
Oh, sorry, Mark of the Lightning. Yes, sorry, Mark of the Lightning. So, huge advantage, whereas Tom just has the suede boots. So, just having that extra equipment is going to be significant as long as Kiki uses it to his best advantage, it's going to be certainly count in his favour. Tom sizing up now, thinking about his pitch.
Yeah. Tom's a very methodical player. He'll think through his turns very, very thoughtfully. He doesn't rush into things. And especially at this level of a tournament, he'll be trying to make minimize any possible mistakes and maximize his play lines.
Yeah, I'm also wondering if both the players are going to slow down a little bit. Yesterday we saw a lot of matches move through extremely quickly. Players quite confident in the plays, but if I was in this situation, I'd certainly have a few nerves and take a little bit of time. All right, Tom's still in the tank. You can see his hands moving around. This is very typical. Cards going in and out. You can see him kind of setting that card, thinking about what his hand looks like without that card. Oh, Sting of Sorcery is pitched, and we are off to the races. So we've got that fused, and 2 resources left. Now, I believe it looks like a Shock Strider? Sorry, Shock Striker. And there's the Electrify.
Yeah. Just coming in with the Rosetta Thorn. and Kiki taking both the arcane and the physical there.
Now, of course, even though we say these games may take a little bit longer, they are 35-minute rounds, and of course, 20 life for both players. All right, Kiki leads out first.
It's the flash, and then burgeoning.
We'll see what Tom's response is here. Tom currently only have given up one life here. Of course, Kiki just playing with a 2-card hand. Nothing in hand at the moment, so this is it for... cards from Kiki's hands. Tom taking his time here.
Yeah, again, we've definitely seen both these players being a little bit more cautious, a little bit more measured. Being that this is the tight end of the tournament of whether or not you're going to go further or not. Using that last floating resource to swing with Rosetta, and that's a definite 11 5 life gap now, thanks to Tom taking away damage, but trying to preserve as much as his hand. I mean, he's got a 3-card hand with an Arsenal card. Yeah, and he's leading out. Oh, there you go, Bramble Spark into a Ball Lightning.
Oh, this is looking good. Ball Lightning, of course, a little contrary. It is a blue Ball Lightning.
Yeah. And it makes the embodiment for Tom.
But again, 0 cost there, so Tom doesn't have to pitch anything for that Ball Lightning. See how Kiki responds.
Following up with the fuse here.
Oh, it's the Arachnic. It's a Shockwave. So we've got... Tom's still got 1 card left in hand.
Yeah, and we know, and he used it to fuse, so Kiki knows it's the Lightning Press.
And what colour is a blue? Oh, Suede, he's popping his boots.
Popping his boots, coming in with the Rosetta Thorn.
It's a big chain here for Kiki to defend. Both players are almost at half their starting life totals. And Kiki has dropped to 10.
Yep, of course. Little to no, very little amount of Nullrune Barrier in this set, so that arcane damage is something that has to be respected and calculated in your play lines.
Pretty, there's no mucking around here. Both players need to be very proactive here with that arcane damage ticking out. There's no way they can play around it.
Again, it's like deja vu all over again, Alan.
Did we
Bramble Spark into Ball Lightning?
Did we skip here? Did we go back in time? It's a blue Ball Lightning as well. There's an embodiment on the table, but again, it's only a blue Ball Lightning. You hope Tom has a few red ones somewhere.
Well, hard to tell. I mean, this would have been. Well, there's another ball lightning.
Interesting. It'd be really interesting to see Tom's deck at this point and see maybe he scooched up all the blue. Obviously, he must have took a significant amount of ball lightnings on the table in the draft to have three blue ones already in his deck.
Again, and this is forcing cards out of Kiki's hand. Again, just coming in with that Rosetta. He's going to get the Arcane from the Bramble Spark.
We here in the comment, we're just kind of on the edge of our seats watching the game here. Tom just navigating this.
And see, I see some people asking in the chat, was it first edition or unlimited? It was unlimited, unlimited Tales of Aria that they drafted with today.
Alright, Kiki still has one card in Arsenal, but using up 3 cards in that turn, limited options here on like having a big turn. I'd say is certainly not having a big turn, but Kiki's not out. At this point, I feel like one slow turn from Tom can allow Kiki to get.
Although then again, Tom's deck just seems so consistent,
At least the Entwine Lightning
Invigorate
was 0. Oh, Invigorate.
Weaver.
Wow.
Yeah, and then fusing again.
The Shockwave. Good thing, obviously, Kiki does have an embodiment out there, but yeah.
But still, it's just. I mean, every turn, Tom's been able to get that full advantage out of the Rosetta Thorn.
Yeah. See, the last turn, Kiki just had the Entwine. He didn't have he couldn't follow up with the Rosetta. So yeah. So Kiki just taking a moment to assess their hand. It's a big block. 3 cards coming out, but Tom has the pitch.
Yeah. I mean, and this is almost reminiscent of the sort of Kodachi death spiral at this point, where just Kiki is leaking just a couple of points every turn and is on a clock.
Yeah.
And the fact of having to dump the whole hand to stay alive and then just draw up, and again he's just hoping that Tom has an off turn, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Catching some cards in Tom's hand, it looks like he's just going to be able to continue. He's going to continue pushing here. Tempos all with Tom.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any reactions Kiki can muster to like put him back here. Like Kiki can have a great turn in blocking, but his library's got to be a consideration soon.
Yeah, and there it is, fused. Kiki offers up the handshake, and Tom takes the win here. That is an impressive deck that Tom drafted there. I wonder if there was an Oldham player next to him with the amount of ball lightnings he got past, because it does seem like he really got some good cards, and just being consistently able to get the arcane damage through on the Rosetta Thorn was really the key to the win here in this game. Kiki obviously just having to commit more and more cards every turn to blocking out, and never really being able to have a chance to get back into the game.
Well, one of the things I pointed out at the beginning of this match was that Kiki had like 3 equipments there ready for use, including the suede boots, but all of them are on the table.
Yeah.
And then again, it just proves how Tom pushed and pushed and pushed, and Kiki was never in a position to use those. And it's got to hurt when you've got equipment like that to be able to use them. Tom
a lot of offensive equipment on Kiki's side of the table, but obviously, again, when you get into that trap of just having to defend so much, it is hard to pick a time to pivot back onto the attack, and it didn't come in this match. Tom had the gas all the way through.